Hello everyone, I'm Gurmeet. Welcome to the new video. This channel is all about book recommendations, and I've taken up a kind of a challenge which is recommending 21 books in 21 days. This is specifically because we in India here are on a lockdown and everybody is at their homes, and hopefully we'll be able to control this pandemic that's gone all around, the virus COVID-19 all around the world, and trying to control it by being at home for 21 days. And hopefully everyone who's got the virus can be helped, isolated, and hence the virus can be controlled. On that note, since we are at home for 21 days, we've already started that a week ago, but this is like a all over India lockdown, and I thought, why don't I recommend books that I love and probably want everyone to read. So it's going to be a mixture of adult books as well as kids books, because I run book clubs across the country for adults and a local book club for kids that I really enjoy doing. And I thought, why not do a 21 book challenge for myself and recommending 21 books. So today is a very special book. I love this book. I had read this long time ago when I was a child, and I know that a lot of MBA schools also read this book, and it's a fantastic book. And in the current crisis, I think this is the book that everyone should read. And even if you're not a reader, I recommend you to read it. It's only a 32-page booklet. I'm not sure how you'll get it right now, but if you find any notes online, I'm sure there are a lot of videos or the context of what the book is about. Do look at it online. The book is Who Moved My Cheese, and it's by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Again, it's a 32-page book. Quite an easy read. And it's a very beautiful way that he's spoken about, and it's specifically the entire summary of the book is adapting to change quickly, and he's done it in a way of storytelling. So this book is special because not only does it talk about adapting to circumstances, adapting to change, and it gives you a real idea of the value of what you should be doing with your lives, but also in a storytelling form. So the book goes with, there are two mice, Sniff and Scurry, and there are two little people, Hem and Haw, and the story so goes that they all are very comfortable because every day they go to the certain zone where they find their cheese. Now with the cheese, the idea is everybody has their own comfort thing that they really like in their day-to-day life. So cheese represents that to each individual. So for Hem and Haw, for Sniff and Scurry, it's probably food because they're mice. For Hem and Haw, it could be different, it could be family. Sorry, the video kind of paused for a second. So it could be something that you're really comfortable with. What happens in the story is, at a certain point, the cheese kind of starts to disappear, and the mice, Sniff and Scurry, who kind of already keep an eye on the cheese and what's happening to it, notice it, and they soon start venturing out, and they're all in a maze. So you have to imagine all of them being in a maze, and they venture out into the maze to find, so these mice venture out into the maze to find new cheese for themselves, while Hem and Haw already are used to living with their comfort zone, and they're used to seeing cheese available for them right there and then, and they don't like it when they don't notice it anymore. That is when the cheese is all gone. They come back and they are very angry, and that's where the question starts, where they talk about who moved my cheese, because they're so used to seeing cheese kept over there that they're just angry about it. So eventually one of them does venture out in the maze. He does ask the other one, do you want to? But the other one is so fearful of the fact that he won't be able to survive out in the maze, and God knows what's there in the maze, that he does not venture out. But one of them does venture out, and they go through the maze, and he tries to help the other one, but the one left behind, which is probably Hem, is left behind with his empty cheese station, while Haw ventures out into the maze to try to find a new cheese spot probably. And so with Hem and Haw, both of them try to convince each other not to head out into the maze, but Haw eventually moves out into the maze, and he finds it very difficult to adapt to this change because he was so used to his comfort zone, but eventually he does, and he spots a little bit of cheese here and there which helps him survive, and he goes back to his friend Hem and asks him to move on, but Hem is just unable to move out of his comfort zone, and he's sitting there and he is so angry and upset that somebody moved his cheese, and the only question he asks is, who moved my cheese? While Haw realizes that if he ventures out, even though it is a little difficult and he is fearful, he finds his way, and eventually he hits the jackpot and he finds this huge cheese station where he finds that Sniff and Scurry have already been there because they were ready, and they were ready to adapt to change quickly, and they found it and they've grown fat and quite happy. But what he decides is to change his habit and not get back into the comfort zone, but to every day analyze the situation, how much cheese is present, and not just fall into, oh, I'm so comfortable right here, and even venture out into the maze, which frightened him initially, and he did not want to feel frightened if change happens again. Just because he found the jackpot, he was not going to sit back and relax. So he used to inspect it every day, and he even explored the maze for new areas. So the idea of this entire book is to let go of the past and try to live by what's there in the present, adapt to the new, and because of what's happening in our world right now, I think this is such a fantastic book that if all of us can read it and probably get a little strength from it, because we are going through quite a huge change here. Most of us like to venture out and explore and be out of the house, but we are here in a lockdown, and this is something absolutely new for us. It could be a new normal, and the quicker we adapt, the quicker we find our feet, we might be able to survive this, and we might be able to actually find a jackpot by the end of it, find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, something. But I hope that all of us remain safe, and I'm really sorry about what's happened to many of the victims out there in the world, and I hope everybody finds peace and strength. Do read this book. It's about adapting to change and quickly and accepting the new normal. And I hope you like my recommendation. Please let me know what did you think about it. It's just a 32-page book. I'm sure you'll enjoy reading it. So once again, the book is Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson, and worth a read. Give me a feedback of even if the video wasn't great, give me a feedback of what did you think of this book in the comment section, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.